Hi guys, welcome back to another fragrance video on my channel and thanks so much for tuning in again. Now in today's video I want to talk to you guys about an alternative to Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, which is one of my personal favorite fragrances of Tom Ford, and I want to give you an alternative that is a little bit cheaper than this Tom Ford fragrance and that comes from France, and it has a very interesting scent development. So let's start off with the fragrance. It is called Mandorle. I have to take it from my shelf right here. So it's called Mandorle by Soradora. So Soradora is a French brand. And by the way, if you want to discover the brand, so if you want to try the discovery set or you want to try one of those fragrances, for example, Mandorle or the Camel Oud, which is a really awesome fragrance as well, then you can save 10% on their official website with the code KAI10, so KAI10. You will be able to save 10% off everything. And if you want to try them, and I've, for example, caught your interest with this one, then please check out the description box down below, where you will find all the details. Now, I talked to the brand in Florence this year at Pitti Fragranze, which is a big trade fair concerning fragrances. And they were there and I got to talk to the brand owner, which is awesome because he explained everything to me in detail. I got to try all the fragrances and I got to keep one of those bottles, which is Mandorle, which is the one that I like the most. Because I absolutely love Tom Ford Lost Cherry and I think this really has some similarities to that fragrance. However, it is of course not a clone or a dupe or inspired by it. It just has some kind of Lost Cherry note to it that I absolutely love. And I'm going to explain to you this in a minute. However, the brand owner got to talk to me about the whole brand concept, and that is that there is 3 different stages to each perfume. So they really try to separate top, middle and base notes with each fragrance so that you have a very interesting fragrance development. They also have other fragrances which I'm going to talk about in probably some future videos, for example Brocéliande and Camel Oud, both of which are great, and they sent to me also the whole discovery package. So if you were to leave a like on this video, then of course I'm going to talk about these in the future as well. However, this one is the one I took, and the reason is pretty simple, because this has a really prominent cherry note in my opinion. So as I said, there is this strong development from top to middle to base, and actually the first half hour or so of this fragrance and of the other fragrances as well is going to be really quite different than the rest of the scent development. So you start out with a different kind of composition and then it develops into the rest of the fragrance more or less, and that is the case also with Mandorle, because this is actually an almond-based fragrance. However, when starting out, in my opinion, this fragrance really has a strong cherry note. So I think this effect comes from the use of tonka bean in it and the combination of tonka bean with different notes. However, I feel that in the first half hour, when you are really top note dominated here, you have a really strong cherry note that even has some liquor type appeal to me. So really interesting start with this cherry type of note. Later on it develops into a more of an almond based fragrance, as I said, but the cherry note is going to stay for quite some time, which is why I think this is a really awesome Lost Cherry alternative, especially since it lasts a lot longer. So it's going to last for about 8 to 9 hours on your skin, which is awesome in autumn or winter, because you really need that strong performance in those seasons. On the other side, in my opinion, it's not too sweet, so it has a really quite subtle sweetness through the cherry and tonka bean kind of combination. However, it's not sickeningly sweet like most tonka bean fragrances, so you can definitely pull this off also when the temperatures are a little bit higher, and that makes it really an awesome concoction of notes. Some other things to say about this is that you get a really nice bottle, so I think the design is pretty futuristic. You have these molded caps with the SD in it that are pretty similar to the Gritti blue ones. So if you know, for example, Pomelo Sorrento or other ones, then you know what this is all about. So I think this is really an awesome alternative to Tom Ford Lost Cherry for the price, with a Tom Ford fragrance retailing for around 250 or 260 euros here in Germany, and Mandorle just being under 200 euros. So to conclude, in my opinion, this is a really awesome tonka bean, marzipan, cherry-ish type of almond-based fragrance, which is really tasty and an awesome gourmand to try for autumn and winter. And as I said, if you want to check them out, you will find everything in the description box down below. And this has really become one of my favorite autumn fragrances this year. So my question to you is, do you know other cherry-based fragrances that you personally like? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching and bye bye.